there's a few changes for the Eagles. They've got some of their big names literally in Dean Cox coming back into the team.
Shuey back in, Gaff.
Shannon Hearn.
Mackenzie.
Yep, so they've got a pretty strong side. Paper Talk and Tunbridge are the subs for the West Coast Eagles. Van Berlo and Fawkes for Fremantle. So the last match of the night, the last match of the first weekend. All right, it's enough plugs. Fremantle and West Coast, Sandilands and Cox, and Swift. Aston couldn't quite get there. Duffield. Let's see if the heat does go up a notch or two in this game. McPhee back to the middle. Well, there's an early crunch. And an early casualty too. De Boer, I think it is. High contact goes Fremantle's way and a perplexed Dean Cox looks on. Little duck goes to Hill. Scoots away. Not sure about the direction of the kick. Gave it straight up to Andrew Gaff. Here's another one that missed out in the first game. Pearce has been good. They've got some players down there. Mackenzie is the key defender this time after Glass played that role in the first match. Free kick and advantage. Marston was taking it away, delivering out to Gaff. And again, the West Coast have really not been beyond this so far. Life set. Decides to take on and brush past Subin. But in doing so, he kicked hurriedly. Oh, Darling underneath it and cleaned up.
Had to go. That was all right.
Yeah.
Oh, no umpire. I thought
Dawson.
What do you think there, John?
I thought it was fair. Just a definite contest. Both players with eyes on the ball.
Fremantle still finding it hard to get out. Stevens was spinning through. Oh, look at Luke Shuey go. That's why he's such a class player last year. With brilliant stuff. Deserved a goal. We thought it did anyway.
Deserved a super goal. Because the pressure was still there.
I don't think the players still understand. Here's that pressure again.
They're still nervous about it, aren't they? It bounces back in. Shuey went to ground looking for a free. Couldn't get one there. Jaden Pitt, number 4 for Fremantle. Oh,
look at this.
Straight out. Oh, overruns it, Shepherd. Ballantyne needed to be cleaner. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't do that. Shepherd's going to set it up again. Oh, a couple of West Coast players, McGovern, running straight into a teammate there.
Great pressure.
Stevenson at the back. He's been impressive so far. Space cleared for him. He was able to have the vision to find the target further afield. So it's effective stuff. McGovern's kick just over the hill. He went back to get it again. Lovely move from Stevens. Gives it to Shuey. Bounces up. And there's an outstanding smother. Great run. That's Pitt, I think, through the middle. I was standing still and waiting for it was Lee Spur. Wasn't a great kick. Johnson was able to cover that off. Zungu. Received it from Dawson.
That wall, they cannot penetrate that wall.
But Duffield goes for Sandilands. He gets it down to Hill. Here the break's on now. Got to think his way through this. He kicked it a little blindly, a little early perhaps. Because it gave the West Coast Eagles runners. Oh, here's a chance. Main does a good job. Missed Ballantyne. And the opportunity may have passed. This might actually help the Eagles to score here because Fremantle now have half their numbers in the forward line. So the options open up. Maston gave it to Stevens. McPhee tries to trail back and just circle them some more. Back into the middle of the ground. That was Neats. Kicked it up towards centre half forward and a good grab from McGovern. He's mighty good so far. Goes short and finally there's a mark inside 50 and it's Whedon who did so much good tackling work in that first game.
Man, it landed in West Coast hands. They had numbers out the back, and this is the result.
I thought Stephen Hill had to do a little bit better with that kick coming through the midfield.
This could be for a match-winning lead. Oh, by the smallest of margins, Whedon puts it through. The first goal of the game. Cox and Sandilands. There he is again, Stevens. Digging it out for Josh Hill. Swift got crunched. Got it back to Hill. West Coast attacking. It's the time to attack, isn't it? If you can win a clearance before all the numbers get back and clog it up. Hams, do you get in the back there? Or I think it's going to be holding the ball now.
Yes, when there's a pause from the umpire, we all know what's coming next. Play on.
Hill needs a mark and almost found exactly what he was after there. High-flying blonde player for Fremantle was Peter Fawkes. A little bit more about him in a moment. Meantime, Eagles are threatening again. Darling trapping into the pocket instinctively. Kicked it over his head.
I don't know
Left foot top of the square might have been.
I don't know whether Woosher would be sitting up there going, no, sorry, Jack.
Cox with a meaningful tap, but Crowley gets the clean shark. And an opportunity for an entry is quickly shut down. And Brennan did well. Wilson actually might have been that took it away initially. And then Gaff got involved. Stevenson kicks to half forward. There's Darling. High contact. Clark, Cox, Crowley able to dish it off. Hill had to really fight his way onto the Broughton kick and wasn't able to. Stevenson used Maston and then got it back. They just have an air of confidence about them, the Eagles, at the moment. The Fremantle don't have. And Hearn, even though I don't think it was beautifully designed, but it ended up in the right spot. So Luke Shuey, this is going to make things awfully tough for Fremantle. It sails right through. You believe 2 goals could well be a winning lead. Inside 50 count now, 20-7 in favour of the West Coast Eagles. Clark Cox was the man that got the timing right there. Swift got it out to Marston. So this is Jaden Pitt. Clark with the fly. Kenzie's in the mix as well. There's Paper Talk with a handball. Out to Stevens. They're set up again. Shuey. Whedon. Back to Cox, powerful big man who lights it up here at Patterson Stadium. And the Eagles fans are very much liking what they see here tonight. They've just held on to the mark. If he hadn't, Fremantle would have been probably lining up again. Spur, Subin, Ibbotson. Oh, they've turned it over and now it's West Coast on the move. Hamp initially. Big kick, and Dean Cox sitting in that beautiful spot where I reckon you should make your comeback to, Jono. The back of the zone. Puts through another goal. And that's all she wrote now. 4-6-30 to 4 behind Fremantle. And the game's been a little bit tougher for him. Ballantyne, nice little handball to Pearce. The seconds are about to run out though for Fremantle. West Coast win by 20 points. They come away with 2 victories today. Fremantle just the one, and Essendon without a win from this first round NAB Cup 3-way clash between the 2 West Australian teams.